Good morning, children. Okay, children, today I am going to take my vision for classes 6 to 9. My vision 6 to 9. And today's topic is about Quad. Okay. Quad means what, children? Quad means nothing but quadrilateral security dialogue. Okay. So this article is based on Quad in the Spotlight, which was published in the Indian Express on 7/12/2019. It talks about the various dimensions of Quad and its implication on Quad-China relations. Recently, the high-level senior official meeting of Quad nations was concluded in Bangkok, that is Thailand. On the margins of East Asia Summit on November 4th. So in past some time, difference among the Quad countries seem to have narrowed down. So there are also common reference to the creation of a free, open and inclusive regional architecture, rules of the road, freedom of navigation and overflight and Asian centrality. So what is Quad? Quadrilateral security dialogue. Quad is the informal strategic dialogue between India, USA, Japan and Australia with a shared objective to ensure and support a free, open and prosperous Indo-Pacific region. The idea of Quad was first mooted by Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe in 2007. However, the idea couldn't move ahead with Australia pulling out of it, apparently due to Chinese pressure. In December 2012, Shinzo Abe again floated the concept of Asia's democratic security diamond involving Australia, India, Japan and the USA to safeguard the maritime commons from the Indian Ocean to the Western Pacific. In November 2017, India, the USA, Australia and Japan gave shape to the long pending Quad coalition to develop a new strategy to keep the critical sea routes in the Indo-Pacific free of any influence, especially China. Quad nations and China. USA had followed a policy to contain China's increasing influence in East Asia. Therefore, USA sees the coalition as an opportunity to regain its influence in the Indo-Pacific region. The US has described China along with Russia as a strategic rival in its national security strategy, national defense strategy and the Pentagon's report on India-Pacific strategy. And next is Australia. Australia is concerned about China's growing interest in its land, infrastructure and politics and influences on its universities, taking into account its overwhelming economic dependence on China for prosperity. Australia has continued its commitment to the comprehensive strategy partnership with China. Next comes Japan. In the last decade, Japan has expressed concerns related to China's traditional transactions in this region. Trade volume with China remains the key key lifeline to the Japanese economy, where next experts contributed exactly 1/3 of Japan's economic growth since the beginning of 2017. Therefore, considering its importance, Japan is balancing its economic needs and territorial concerns with China. Japan also agreed to involve in the Belt and Road Initiative by participating in infrastructure program in third country. In this way, Japan can migrate Chinese influence in those countries while improving relations with China. Now we'll talk about India. In recent years, China's violation of international norms, particularly its construction of military facilities and reclaimed islands in the South China Sea, and its growing military and economic power, pose a strategic challenge to India. Considering China's strategic importance, India is carefully balancing China on one hand and the US on the other by remaining committed to strategic autonomy to China, which has generally proved reassuring to China. India has also not permitted Australia to participate in Malabar Trilateral Maritime Exercise between India, US and Japan, concerned about what message it would send to China, which is wary of the exercise. This recent Mamallapuram summit between President Xi Jinping and PM Modi is a positive development valued by both sides as key to giving strategic guidance to stakeholders to both sides. And the challenges. China's territorial claims. China claims that it has historical ownership over nearly the entire region of South China Sea, which gives it the right to manufacture islands. However, the International Court of Arbitration rejected the claim in 2016. China's closeness to the Asian countries also have a well-knit relationship between China. The Regional Cooperation Economic Partnership (RCEP), in a recent example of China's increasing influence over ASEAN nations. Economic power of China. Considering the economic might of China and the dependence of Quad nations like Japan and Australia on China, the Quad nations cannot afford to have strained relations with it. Convergence among Quad nations. The nations in the Quad grouping have different aspirations, aims, and balancing their own interests. Therefore, coherence in the vision of Quad nations as a grouping is absent. Way forward. The Quad will need to have a clearly vision for itself. It is important for members of the Quad not to be reactive. It is also important to exhibit openness and ensure that all talk of a free and open Indo-Pacific is more than just a made slogan. India, Japan and Australia can take the lead in infrastructural projects, while the US too needs to be more proactive in pushing ahead the vision of connectivity. The Quad should focus on building a robust regional consultation mechanism and coordinate with ASEAN nations on issues of regional importance. The Quad framework derives its geopolitical validation from India's association and presents a unique opportunity for India to be an active participant in shaping regional security architecture with the global undertones. So this is what a brief explanation about Quad, children. So now you view the video and write an essay on the given topic. So view the video, children, and write the essay, and after writing the essay, take the photo and send it to the school mail ID. Okay children? Bye children. Have a nice day.